Conditions are just about the same from the 3V event that just went down. There is a little swirling wind up in the starting area, but it's still kind of that typical north wind. It's coming from the south, blowing north from left to right on the race course with a slight tail. And both crews are just keeping it mellow. They're both locked on. No sculling happening. Both are still holding their courses pretty well in the start blocks.
Okay, and the Huskies are led by head coach Michael Callahan, just of 1996. Miles Garrett and Olympian Husky Sam Domer and Sergio Espinoza helping out as well. And new Director of Operations is Sarah Keller. So the staff is doing a great job getting the team ready. And we also have a lot of volunteers out here helping with the streaming today, the course setup. Big shout out to Max Weaver, who's done a great job on the starting platform and the finish line area. Really a big effort by a ton of people to make these races go off so smoothly.
We have a start to the freshman 8. Washington went off the line at a 44, two-seat lead over Cal within the first 20 strokes. Washington now is at a 39, 2.5 seats up on Cal. And Cal is 37.5. They're into the 300 in. Quickly approaching first 500, Cal has now stabilized the Huskies. Cal is trailing by 3 seats. The Frosch crew is at a 38. They've got 3 strokes until their bow crosses into the second 500. And they are now solid 3 seats up on the Cal freshman crew. Cal is poised. They're ready. Both crews are passing Fox Point and the Green Can. 2.5 seats separate. Washington is still in the lead. 2.5, 3-seat lead.
Hey, both boats are rowing 36.5 strokes a minute. The Washington crew has about 3 seats over the Cal crew. You can tell looking at the Cal crew, they are not letting this Washington crew escape. They're hanging in there stroke for stroke. So each coxswain looking over at each other and listening. There were a few shouts coming from the Washington boat aggressively. There we hear them again. They're trying to make a move here in this third 500 meters. Washington has a 2-seat lead over Cal, and Cal has sneaked back into it.
Still about a 2-seat lead separation. Crews are 10 strokes before the 1,000. Huskies are still looking strong, but the Cal crew is looking slick. They're not going away. They're now, both boats are going into the third 500, and we're going to pass it on to Steve and Lisa for the last 1,000.
All right, Steve here. Now, in the second 1,000, we have a tight race still. And now looking back to the history a little bit here, we had beginning in 1939, winning 6 of the freshman 8 was 15 consecutive wins from 1966 through 1980. And the last time the UW and Cal freshman 8 met at IRAs, Washington won by just 1 second here. And we have their times with just Washington ahead by just a second coming through the 1,000. And it's still looking close here. Washington looking strong, but Cal right behind them here looking sharp in lane 2 here. They are dead even coming across the canoe house right now and entering into the cut. Now the water clears up a little bit as you're coming into the cut. We got flat water here. Both boats looking sharp and strong here coming into this last 500 now. Looking like Cal is up here, but just the deck now. Both boats starting to pick it up here, looking sharp and clean. Now the Huskies need to start putting on the gas here. Cal is really starting to open up. It's looking like up by a few feet now, coming under the bridge right now. All right, here we go. Coming into the last 150. Cal looks like they're up by about 3/4 of a length, looking sharp and bringing that up, charging towards the line now. Washington looking clean, trying to put in everything they can now. The legs are burning here, bringing the and stay sharp and clean, coming in towards that finish. Here we go, looking like Cal is up about a length and opening it up now. Cal is through the finish, and here comes Washington. All right, we'll get those final results to you in a few minutes here.
Well, Cal really put down a great last 500 meters. The freshman race. Trying the women's third verse. With the Washington women's 3D in 6:44.9, followed by the Washington freshman 6:54.0. So we'll be right back with a quick update from the men's freshman race before we take a little break.